Hello and welcome to Adversity is Your Greatest Ally, how to use life challenges as stepping stones to live the life of your dreams. I'm your host, Coach Michael Taylor. Well, there's an amazing principle in the universe, which I choose to call the breakdown breakthrough principle. And so when you look at any adversity in your life, that is what I call a period of breakdown. But for every breakdown, there is always a breakthrough. And that is the key to living an extraordinary life, to recognize this principle. And so to give you a little more concrete explanation of how this works in terms of the breakdown breakthrough principle, I want to share the story of my own life. You see, I had gone through a bankruptcy, a divorce, a foreclosure, a deep state of depression, basically lost everything. So without question, my life was in complete breakdown. At the time, it was the most difficult, painful experience of my life. And I couldn't see at the time how I was going to get out of that period. But I learned to trust my inner wisdom, and eventually I was able to pull myself out of those adversities and ultimately overcome all of those challenges in my life. And so now, as I look in retrospect, I realize that those difficult periods in my life were absolutely perfect for me. Every adversity that I went through taught me something about myself, taught me something about becoming a better human being. And so it is my belief that this principle is universal. It's how the universe operates. And so when we look at our lives and we see all the challenges and obstacles and breakdowns, if we could understand that the universe isn't punishing us when we're going through those situations, the universe is just responding to us because in some way we've attracted that experience to help us grow. And that can be a difficult concept to comprehend at times, because when we're smack dab in the middle of breakdown, it's hard to imagine that. But I know with absolute certainty that within every breakdown, there is a lesson that's preparing us for a breakthrough. And so the question becomes, are we conscious enough to recognize the breakthroughs? And so one of the ways that I was able to overcome a lot of adversity in my own life was to, number one, recognize that principle, the breakdown breakthrough principle, but also to understand that, and this is what I believe, there is but one presence and one power in the universe. And that presence, that power, I believe, is good. So I personally do not believe that there is a negative energy in the universe that's opposing us and creating all this chaos and unhappiness in the world. I don't buy that. I believe that, again, this power in the universe is good. And when we put ourselves in alignment with this power, it will guide us ultimately to our greatest joy, our greatest life. And so in order to overcome the adversities in my life, I had to recognize that, number one, that there was a power greater than myself that is good, that is supporting me during these challenges. And I also had to accept that the breakdown that I was experiencing was preparing me for my breakthroughs. And so I want to assert that that's the way life is. And right now, if you're smack dab in the middle of breakdown, I know with absolute certainty that that breakdown is preparing you for your breakthroughs. Now, to help make those breakdowns a little easier, I want to share something that I learned during those breakdown periods in my life that helped me overcome a lot of the challenges that I mentioned earlier. And the one thing that really helped me get through or move through the breakdowns the breakdown periods in my life was I created what I call a breakdown theme song. Actually, I didn't create the song. I simply chose a song that became my breakdown theme song. And for me, that breakdown theme song was by a guy named Michael Bolton. And he sings a song called When I'm Back on My Feet Again. And it was this song that carried me through some of the most difficult periods in my life. And whenever I felt overwhelmed by all the challenges in my life, I would simply put on my headphones and I would listen to this song by Michael Bolton, When I'm Back on My Feet Again. And what that song did was help me keep a positive mindset that eventually I was going to get back on my feet. And so as I listen to the words of the song, when I'm back on my feet again, I'll walk proud down the street again. I'll stand tall once again. When I would listen to those words, I would get uplifted and inspired. And I knew intuitively that somehow I was going to overcome all the adversities in my life. So if you're struggling with a breakdown right now, if you're stuck right dab in the middle of lots of challenges, my recommendation is for you to choose a breakdown theme song and listen to that song often. Memorize the song. Let it incorporate into your every fiber of your being. Make that theme song your mantra as you're going through all the challenges in your life. Because I can assure you that no matter how difficult your life might be right now, no matter what breakthrough you're going through right now, there is a breakthrough on the other side. No matter what breakdown you're going through right now, there's a breakthrough on the other side. So prepare yourself, begin preparing yourself for the breakthroughs by incorporating a breakdown song that guides you to the ultimate breakthrough. Think about it. Because life is filled with adversity. But adversity doesn't have to be a bad thing. Adversity could just be a stepping stone that's guiding you to live the life of your dreams. Think about it.